Good afternoon, Crap to Cream. Today is the day I'm going to change the discs and the disc pads on my Kia Stinger. So I took it in for a service and identified that there was a slight vibration in the front steering wheel, and they gave me some very good information telling me that the fault was with the discs and they got hot spots in them. So this one is the passenger side and doesn't look too bad. There is some marking here, and you know, there's a bit of, but it doesn't look too bad. This one, that's you know, obviously it's very smooth, but it's yeah. And then this side is a bit different because this has like patch here and line here, so don't know whether it's got anything to do with the actual venting of the disc and the cooling of the disc or whatever, but anyway, it vibrates a little bit, and the price that they were going to charge me to change the disc brakes, the discs over and the disc pads over, I just decided it would be a lot more economical to do it myself. So I've purchased the parts and I'm now going to change them. So yeah, ceramic. So I've gone with the, what you would call the original OEM spec. So they're Brembo, not the cheapest in the world, and I've got some new discs lying down over there, as you can see on the floor. There. Get them out after. So all I've done right now is I've just removed the two Phillips head screws here and here. So now I'm going to punch out these two here and here. I'll punch that out, and then that'll release the disc pads. And then behind here, there are two bolts that hold the caliper on, which is this one here and this one here with the socket on it, which is 17mm. And then I'm going to take the weight of the caliper, which is going to be very heavy. The disc is heavy in itself. I'll suspend it off the spring up here, and then I will change out the disc. I'll do another bit of filming in between, just to show when it's apart. So just a quick show and tell now that I've got the brake pads out and the caliper is disconnected. So I managed to put the caliper underneath here, just resting in there, so it's quite safe there, not going to fall out. Now I just have to get a mallet, tap this off in that obviously direction. Then I'm going to clean this up here so that the new disc goes on there. I'll give the new disc a bit of a polish before I put it on. So that's the plan now. So the two pins just straightforward popped out. I then pushed the pads back in a little bit with my pad compressing tool, and then this anti-squeak, I'm assuming, that was there, so I took that out. All very straightforward, relatively easy job. Won't take me about 10 minutes to get this far. Alright, I'll give you a bit of an update in a minute when the new disc is on. So a bit of an interesting find. When I was putting the pads in, I wrote on them as I pulled them out, inner and outer. So I put an O on here and an I on here. Now, if you just look at the pads, you might be able to spot a difference. So the difference is this. So that goes on the outer pad and not on the inner. So when Brembo supplied the pads, they put these two together and these two together, which you would possibly assume that they're wrapped as a set for one side. So a left and a right pad to go in, but they're not. The brake pads that I got from Brembo, the two outers and the two inners were wrapped together. So I only found that out when I came to put the caliper back together again, and this one wouldn't go all the way in with this bit at the bottom on the inside. So that's just something to be aware of when you fit the calipers. So fitting the disc, just tighten these up. The caliper bolts I've written on here are 107 Newton meters torque, and these are just tap in, and this bracket goes in this way with the angle bit facing in. Alright, and the pin goes through there like that. So as usual, cleanliness is next to godliness, so you make sure that everything is clean, nice and clean when you put it all back together again. Brakes like to be clean and dry. So I think that's about it for this side. So I will just finish torquing up the bolts and then I will move over to the other side. So here we are, side 2, or part 2. I've now finished doing this side, so much the same as the other side. Just remember to put this pad on the outside. I'm going to assume this is a wear pad sensor, but instead of setting off anything electrical, it just makes a noise on the disc before you actually get down to the metal, I'm going to assume. So yeah, a little bit of anti-seize on all the studs, just makes it a little bit easier to get it on and off in the future. So yeah, all the same, so just make sure this angle bit's facing in, the pins come from the inside. All pretty straightforward. The one on the inside doesn't have this, doesn't have that. Alright, so there we go. All pretty straightforward really. New discs all ready to go. Alright, so thank you very much indeed for viewing the video. If you do, like and subscribe down below. And follow me through the journey on the Range Rover, which I've got back now, and I'm doing a little bit of welding on that next week. So this was just an in the middle job because I had a bit of a brake shudder on the Kia, on the Stinger. So I took it to the Kia agents and they were saying that it was due to owner, we'll just go with the owner using the brakes too fiercely or something like that. So they just developed hot spots on them. Anyway, I'm not fierce on the brakes, so we'll see how we go. Alright, so thank you very much indeed for watching and subscribing and liking, and any comments that you send, that'll be great. Thank you very much indeed. I'll sign off and say bye for now.